Action.
Okay, so this video is not going to be about like modern pop culture. It's not going to be another video about Twilight. We've heard it. The vampire and the werewolf fight. The vampire falls in love with the human. They get married. They have a baby. Then there's like a weird, freaky child crush there. Who cares? Team Jacob, Team Edward. We're not talking about this one. Okay. It's also not going to be about Harry Potter. As much as I love it, it's not about wizardry. But what we are talking about is slightly magical. It's, you know, medieval dream visions, which they're kind of magical and loopy and like weird. But we're going back to stuff that is not made into DVDs. You can't watch it on TV. You can't go to the theaters. You gotta read a book. They exist, people. Pick them up. Read them. But this did happen after the Odyssey. Most people read the Odyssey, but this isn't Homer. As great as he is, he didn't write medieval vision text. He was way before. So, we're going to talk about things like Patience, Pearl, Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, Piers Plowman, you know, medieval visionary text that we don't even know who the author is. You know, it's like they're poems, but they're good. You know, you have to read things that you wouldn't normally read. You don't usually read these kinds of things in high school. And face it, that's the only time people read nowadays. Piers, seriously, there was a revolution that was like, okay, Piers, William Langland, the guy who wrote this, like, we're going to use this as our constitution type of deal. And Langland was like, hell no, not having it. I wrote it. I'm not getting involved in this dumb revolution. I'm an author. I'm not a peasant. Don't play with me. Don't use it. So he was like, I'm rewriting it, and he rewrote it 4 times. But they still tried to use it. But our first, you know, ideas, Chaucer, you know, dream visions. They were this copy. There's a million of them, and you've probably heard of Chaucer because of the Canterbury Tales. A lot of high schools read that. Mine didn't. We read things like Murakami and Puig, but they were good books too. Okay, so this book has a lot of visions and poems in it. Chaucer is in here, and as well as another one. But this one was just about, you know, it's still in Middle English, which sounds like German. Seriously, I can barely read it out loud. But I can read it in the book, which is deal. So we're going to do our first skit, which my darling niece is, which is the hand that's handing me things, and the other one, holding the camera. So what we're going to do is begin the first skit, which relates to the Book of the Duchess, and Destiny here is the Black Knight, and she's the dreamer, Skylar. So, we're going to do that skit now.
Hey dude, what's the matter?
Dude, can she want to be alone right now?
I just want to see what's the matter with you.
I lost my wife, okay?
And there's plenty of other fish out in the sea.
Dude, she was hot.
I don't care. Oh, the hunter's coming. Come on, dude. Come on.
Okay, so, this wasn't really about a guy sitting in front of a tree. The whole book itself was, well, the text, I guess, it was about a dreamer who kind of had his own love sickness. He was, you know, he couldn't sleep, so then he read a book and fell asleep, and he ended up having this dream of this guy who was sitting in front of a tree. And there's actually ideas that the Book of the Duchess is written for the Duchess Blanche. After she died, you know, obviously the Duke was mourning, so there's ideas that it was written about that couple. But, you know, and there are actually white references that you can kind of think, you know, Blanche and white. But it's a really cool book, so why don't you try reading that one. And so our next skit is going to be from the Voyage of St. Brendan, which is a really short text. It is. And it's really cool. So this skit is ready.
Okay, we're at the island. We just hit it. Are you going?
No.
I'm staying in here. What do you think I am? I'm on it. I'm on the island. Oh no! Oh no, Jake! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It's the large fish, Jacobus! He came! No!
So this one, that's just a little snippet of what that book was actually about. It's this book right here, The Voyage of St. Brendan. There are pictures. Seriously, they look like this. They're just not colored. It's 70 pages. It takes an hour to read. But, you know, it was about, you know, following the will of God. It was an oral legend first, and that's how it got started, and it was finally written down. These men were monks. They traveled the seas for years looking for the paradise land, and they found it, and they only got to stay on it for a few days, and then they had to leave. Seriously, like, that would be disappointing for me, but these guys followed God religiously, and I love Jesus, but I don't know if I could do all that. Okay, so the next scene, this book, The Voyage of St. Brendan, honestly reads like Dr. Seuss. You know, I kind of felt like I was reading Oh, the Places You'll Go, but in, like, medieval version. So, we're going to start the next scene, which is a dream vision book from the book that you saw earlier with Chaucer in it. And it's actually referenced in both Chaucer, the Book of the Duchess, and the Ovid Metamorphosis. So, this is about Queen Alcyone and King Ceyx. So,
I want to pray that my cousin comes back home safe and sound and he's not hurt or anything. Please. Amen.
Would you please tell this girl I am not answering her prayers because her husband is dead? Morpheus, tell this girl her husband is dead.
Yes, sire. Yes, I have some really bad news.
Yes.
Your husband's dead.
No!
Ma'am,
No!
calm down.
No! No!
Ma'am, it's okay. Ma'am, settle down.
Ma'am, you're very
okay. Well, I don't really think Alcyone was actually abusive, but the whole idea of this one wasn't exactly like a fairy tale. Her husband died at sea, and Juno was like, I'm so tired of hearing you pray to me. Your husband's dead. Stop praying for a safe return. So she sent Morpheus, and, you know, he actually went in, like, the body, like the rotting body of the husband, which is really creepy. Like, if I was just sleeping and my husband that has been gone shows up naked at the end of my bed, dripping, saying he drowned, I think I would have ran, not cried. But it's kind of happy in the end because they turn into birds and fly off to sea and live forever as birds. So that's awesome. Okay, so seriously, I just told you about 3 medieval texts, and now you should read some books. Not Twilight. Please, not Twilight. Harry Potter. Yeah. And some medieval texts. Pick up a Chaucer book and enjoy.